All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Also want to give double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations unto the elect of Yasharallah, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, preaching and prophesying through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in truth and sincerity, as well as you men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nation but are of the nation of Israel on their father's side by blood. And I want to say, call all Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Barakatah Yahushai, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Yahawah been a true name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahawashi been a true name of his only begotten Son. And I had sent a clip to a brother. I sent a screenshot of it's speaking about people drilling holes into people's gas tanks to steal their gas. And he said, man, that's crazy. I just watched a video. And they said not only, well, I had sent them a precept in 2nd Ezra 15. He said not only is they stealing gas, but they breaking in the houses and breaking in the cars as well. And so when he sent, I said, well, send me the clip. I'm going to try to do a lesson over it. And when I just clicked on it now, I watched it earlier. When I just clicked on it now, look what you have right down here. What a brother had posted. It's the same thing going on, you know, and that's just the spirit, because that's the times that we're in. You know, things might be okay. I will say things might seem okay. You know, you're still able to go to work, still able to go to the grocery store, go on vacations, work, get overtime, buy extra products. All products aren't so scarce at the moment. Still might be able to manage. You know, ends might not be meeting, but they're closer than they're gonna be in the near future. So we're just in those times, man. We're just in those times. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, and I'm gonna grab a couple precepts.
Shocking new theft trend in Long Beach has left one truck.
Another thing, I don't. It's just gonna have to play for whatever reason. It doesn't play. I can't hear it when I got my mic turned on, so I'm gonna just let it play. I already watched it, so I kind of know what it say.
Owner with thousands of repair bills after thieves drilled straight into his fuel tank. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf has the exclusive video. The warning every driver needs to hear.
This is something people could need to be on the lookout for. Thieves drilling holes in the gas tanks to steal fuel from cars, a possible new crime trend.
Got me.
This sinking moment, a man in Long Beach realizes someone didn't just steal his gas, they drilled a hole straight through his tank to get it.
I've heard about people siphoning gas like with a hose, but never drilling into the gas tank. Look at that hole.
Jose Figueroa says he filled up Sunday, but Monday morning his tank...
Yeah, because you used to have people, they would, you know, as he said, I believe I hit the right moment, but they would cipher gas nonetheless. You know, put a tube in there, you know, and kind of, you know, you will get the gas out, you know. But they would get the gas out, you know. And they would put it in a bucket or whatever, put it in a container, and that's how they would take your gas. Boom, you go to start it, like, what? I know I had gas in here. Well, now you don't. But now they're drilling holes, you know. Just boom, drill a hole in the fuel tank. You know what I'm saying? Just let the gas go ahead and leak out. I'm going to let them finish.
Was empty.
Like a consistent stream of gasoline.
At the gas station, he quickly realized why, with fuel pouring out like a shower from underneath his truck.
I hear it was like when you have a faucet running, and I look down and there's just gasoline all over.
The hole about the size of a dime, even covered with tape.
They taped it up.
The cost far worse than the crime itself. How much do you think they took from you?
It was $80 worth of gas, but the repairs are like $2,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they apparently they can't you can't patch that up.
This happened right next to Drake Park, where camera.
Yeah, people don't care. That be the things. You know, people, I came home the other day and there's a car that was parked across the street, and I already knew what happened. I went, parked my car, looked across the street. All I seen was this guy's bumper hanging, pieces of his tail light, pieces of his bumper, you know, the fender of his car just sitting there in the street, damn near. And I already knew somebody had hit it and ran. You know, it was a Friday night as well. I don't know if it was Friday going into Saturday or Saturday going into Friday. I'm not 100% sure, but I already knew. Yep, it was Friday going into Saturday, matter of fact. You know, Friday going into Saturday, you know, and I already knew what had happened, you know. But people not understanding, you're going to have to pay. Somebody hit my car, you know. Somebody had hit my car, and I heard it. It woke me up, but I'm fresh out of sleep, so I didn't know exactly what it was, you know. And then when I went out to my car later, I seen a dent in there, and I'm like, you know. So, I mean, hey, it happens. What it is. This is Babylon. It's just always something, you know. People just going to do what they're going to do.
Are always watching. Despite that, neighbors tell me crime is common.
It's not only stealing gas, but it's breaking the cars, breaking into houses, drive like crazy like they were in the freeway. So it's really bad.
Gas prices in LA now climbing above $6 a gallon.
The hole was literally right here.
Possibly causing more theft cases like this.
When my truck got picked up by the tow truck company, I was their fifth person.
What?
Yeah. So there's other people definitely in the Long Beach area that this has happened to. Look at that. No.
A costly crime that could leave you stranded and paying the price.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the point, you know. That's the times that we living in, you know. And, well, I'll get this first through the Spirit. It's right here. This is Matthew 24:12. I'm going to go ahead and get it in the blue letter. This is Matthew 24:12. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Now, if you go up, I don't know why this text is so big in here. If you go up, it speaks about in verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows, because it speaks about nation rising against nation in verse 7. You know, kingdom against kingdom. As you see, war is on the rise. All right, we are in them times. We're in the times of the times that the apostles on down have spoke about. The third world's war that is going to happen and it's going to come. And guess what? It's here. You know, we needed a key player to get involved, which was Iran. Iran is having problems with Israel and the U.S., and that's exactly what we've been waiting for. You know, them trying to fulfill their mission. I would say fulfill their vision is fulfilling the prophecy of YAHAWASHI. You know, they want to put a microchip in the whole world, the MOTB, the mark of the beast. Well, that's the prophecy of YAHAWASHI in Revelations 13-16. They think that it's their vision, their plan, you know, their device, but it's the Heavenly Father using them to judge them and judge the world, man. But as it says, you know, these are beginning of sorrows. And going back down to 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Let's see what that iniquity says. And anomia, it says the condition of without law, because ignorant of, because of violating it. That's what's happening. People are just violating the law, violating virtue, you know, moral goodness. The people don't give a damn anymore. They are not considerate. All right. Contempt and violation of law, iniquity and wickedness. Just people are doing what they want to do. And they so far gone. You know, there's no bouncing back from what's going on. You feel me? Because you have it to where the generation, the young generation, they're attached to the cell phones and YouTube shorts and Instagram for kids and Facebook for kids and teen accounts and TikTok and hot Takis and hot fries and you fucking name it. All of this bullshit that's affecting their minds and affecting their brains, and so as some of the parents, man. So everybody is kind of loco in the head, so to speak, you know, which is causing them to just be not considerate of others, to be lawless in a sense, and just do what they want to do. As this is America, do as thou wilt. You know, part of Aleister Crowley's doctrine. You know, so it says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Because if people take from you, what does it make you want to do? Take from people. You know, that's what it is. And so it's like, well, you do this, I'm going to do. It's the tit for tat. That's what people are getting into now in this on a large scale, to the point of siphoning gas, to the point of breaking in cars, to the point of breaking in houses, you know. And as you can see, which I plan to do a second lesson over this, Lord willing, tomorrow I'll probably grab one of the bros and do it, Lord's will. But going into psycho, right? And it says to breathe, blow, cool by blowing, to be made or grow cold, cool or cold. Metaphor of waning love, man. Let's look up what this waning says. It says of the moon having a progressively smaller part of its visible surface illuminated so that it appears to decrease in size. So it's a decreasing of something. That's the disappearance of something. Okay. We can also go over here and get waning in the etymology. It goes back to wane. It says make or become smaller gradually. That's very important, because it's not like people just woke up and said F the world. No, it's just things that they are seeing and things that they are experiencing and things that they are witnessing, and that's causing them to tap into survival mode. Because to steal gas, you got to not have gas, or you got to not have money, so you steal gas to sell that gas, you know? So they have to tap into survival mode. But what happens when more and more things become scarce, when food becomes higher, gas becomes higher? There's just going to be more and more waning of the love. There's going to be more and more waxing cold, of, the love of many waxing cold, right? It says diminish, decline, fade. All right, grow less. So yeah, it's to leave, abandon, give out. That's what's happening, and it's just gonna increase. This world is way too into itself. All right, this world is too selfish to bounce back. Salakia. This world is too selfish to come back to the surface, so to speak. You know, this is Ecclesiasticus 10:1. It says, a wise judge will instruct the people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. And you see what's going on within the government and the politicians and the things that they're being accused of and the allegations that's coming against them. Is it true? Is it not? These files, those files, pictures, videos, lists, and so on and so forth. It's just all over the damn place. It shows you. All right. And that's how the people are. They're all over the damn place. Out of order, insubordinate, and just shit, going out their mind, man. All right. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And that's why Babylon is the way that it is, because there's not a rightful nor a righteous ruler over it. There's a bunch of people who get in that office, all right, who are into the left-hand side of this society, okay? And the people that are not of YAHAWASHI or trying to serve YAHAWASHI or seeking salvation, all right, are operating off that vibration, you know? They're operating off the vibration of the wicked king, man, okay? Of this society, ultimately being Babylon, you know, because all these other countries, in a sense, want to be like Babylon. They want to be like the whore that sits amongst the dragon and the 7 heads and the 10 horns and NATO and the EU, pretty much, you know. But everybody wanted to be like the whore or have dealings with the whore. They fornicated with the whore. They've had a piece of her, you know. She was so beautiful to them. But now she's starting to show her ugly side, and now they're starting to see her for what she is, you know. So let me get this preset real quick. 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, because this is coming. You know, I'm gonna start at 14. We ain't fully into these times, but some of these prophecies are already coming to pass. And some of these prophecies haven't hit the apex, haven't hit the or is it the climax? It might be both, you know, but they're going to increase nonetheless, man. This is 2nd Ezra 15:14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Why? Because these prophecies are coming to pass, you know. everything is messed up and it's not going to get better. All right. Because we're in a time of judgment, man. America done had its nice little fun, had its nice little run, and now it's over. It's a wrap. It says, "For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand." And what is your modern day sword? It's a gun, you know. And you have a bunch of road rage going on, a bunch of racial tension. All right, heightening up. You know, you already got race against race in a sense. All right. I personally heard from an officer years back that, the city that I stay in, they don't really report white on white crime as much as it happens, but they report the black on black crime. So nonetheless, you got these races going at it against each other, and you got the racial tension that's going against one another. All right. We in them times. It says, "For they shall be sedition among men and invading one another," right? "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And you have a little bit of that going on. People protesting against ICE, people protesting against the Border Patrol. You didn't had abortions that they protested against. People protested the No Kings rally, protesting against the president himself. It's like, look, man, we don't need you. We don't want you. New picture. Everybody screaming out new picture pretty much. I remember growing up, man, you have somebody that want a pitch and it's just like, dude, you trash. We're never going to have fun in this game as long as you're pitching, So yeah, 16, it says for there should be sedition among men, which goes into your protest and your riot and your uprising and pretty much them disregarding the authorities, man. All right, that's why it says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and of course their actions shall stand in their power. Right? It says a man shall go into a city and shall not be able. And they have certain hints that they bringing about, trying to minimize people travel due to the high gas price because there's an energy crisis. Work from home and walk to work even. But what do you think gonna happen when violence really start to get out of hand? You think you're just gonna be able to walk into certain neighborhoods? Well, Katrina showed you. Hurricane Katrina. People who was from a neighborhood wasn't even allowed in their own neighborhood because it's like, hey, we over here, you over there. And it was racial tension going on, right? It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." And there you go. Pride of the cities. Everybody walking around so proud, and they don't owe anybody anything, and everybody should bow down to them, and everything should go their way, and they should be able to live their life this way and that way, and nobody should say anything, and they can't be judged, and they don't have to wear any shame, and so on and fucking so on, man. Like, get the fuck over yourself, man. All right, the Lord is coming to bring fucking fire to this place and cleanse all of that. All of that got to be done away with because it's too fucking much, man. Right? Verse 19, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." And we haven't hit that point yet, but you have it. You see it. They ain't like, we ain't got time to siphon your gas with a tube. We're just going to drill a hole in it. And saying it's costing this guy thousands of dollars. People been stealing cars, breaking into cars and breaking into houses. And it's going to increase, man. All right. Because like I said, because of the lack of bread, don't we call money our bread? Because of the lack of money, more crimes are going to increase. Because of the lack of resources in general, crimes are going to increase. Because people can no longer work for what they need, so they're going to have to take whatever they want, man. That's the times that we're coming in through the spirit of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and it's judgment, man. It's judgment, it's written, it's plain, and it's true. And it's coming to pass. So with that, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM QADASH. Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we are allowed to endure into the end. I also want to give double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations again unto you, Akim, out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the work of this earth, Salakia, as well as the elect of Yashala that consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nation but are of the nation of Israel on their father's side by blood. Shalom.